When Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck at his last rally, he was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. It was becoming apparent that he would not make it. In his final breaths he spoke, "George Floyd is still alive. Find my files and you will learn the truth about him." And just like that, Charlie Kirk was dead. Erica Kirk cheered and celebrated in the hospital room. She jumped with joy that she would finally cash in the Charlie Kirk insurance check. Charlie Kirk's right-hand man, Mr. Dick Harding, was right on the case. He found the George Floyd files. George Floyd was turned into George Droid as means to keep him alive. Charlie Kirk was investigating why he was kept alive. His main lead was about a secret society of lizard humans who he suspects run the government in secret. It is theorized that George Floyd was a spy sent by the Lizardians, and they could not let one of their own die by the hands of a human. Floyd was left unable to breathe after the incident. The lizards used their incredible technology to install a fentanyl reactor in place of his lungs. George Droid was now on the loose and he is seeking revenge on all humans. Agent Dick Harding tracked down George Droid to Chicago. He walked up to George Droid. George scanned his face and found his identity. His fent reactor turned up into overdrive. Agent Dick put up his hand. "You're missing just one thing, pal." From the shadows behind him, a mysterious yet familiar voice spoke. "We are Charlie Kirk." Circuit Kirk walked up to George Droid. They stood face to face with rage. George Droid's fent reactor was now at maximum power, all his weapons drawn. Circuit Kirk activated his debate weapon systems. The two clankers broke out into a violent battle. George Droid's Lizardian technology, the Glock cannon with the lizard switch, versus Circuit Kirk's debate missiles and freedom of speech rail cannon. George Droid sprayed Lizardian bullets across the sky while Circuit Kirk flew like a jet, dodging and shooting his tracking missiles of liberalism. Circuit Kirk's flight boosters were shot down, his Kirkuts were broken. George Droid came in close to end his rival once and for all. "I can breathe now," he said. Circuit Kirk smirked. They were both out of ammo and desperately low on power, but Kirk brought a secret weapon. He stuffed a Narcan into George Droid's fent reactor. The Lizardian technology went rogue. His suit was melting down. The reactor vaporized George Droid and his cyborg parts in a bright explosion. All that was left on the ground was a layer of dust resembling fentanyl. Erica Kirk cheered loudly and celebrated with Circuit Kirk. He turned to her and said, "You were never in my will, bitch." He charged up his rail cannon of truth and liberalism. He fired it into her with a smile on his face. She was liquefied in an instant. Her living flesh was melted off the bone. Her skeleton collapsed on the ground, and Circuit Kirk had a look of victory on his face. He turned to his right-hand man, Agent Dick Harding, and said, "Come on, babe, let's go home."